Hey guys, Mike with Old Iron. Today we're going to get some work done on these fenders. We're going to at least start getting these vents in. Finally got, well, there, knock on toolbox. Finally got the tips for the panel adhesive. So I haven't tried them yet. They look like the right ones, but you know how that goes. Third time's the charm. This is the third time I've ordered these damn things. And you get online, it says, yeah, use 4, yada, 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 you know. 200 mil, whatever the part number is, and then you get them in and they don't fit. So hopefully these are the right ones and we can get this done today. So I'd like to at least get the panel adhesive on them, get them riveted in, and hopefully get the first layer of fiberglass on them. Now it's about 50 degrees in the garage right now, so everything's going to set up extremely slow. So I might get it on there, but I don't think it's going to cure enough to where I could actually work it. So, but that's the goal for today. We're going to try to get that done. I got a little bit of sanding to do on the truck, and a couple small things I got to do on the Camaro. So I'll be busy today, but it's going to be really boring. But this video is going to basically concentrate on this fender. So let me get you a little closer and I'll show you what's going on. Welcome to Fender Land. I've got them fitted right now, and what we did is, or what I did, I don't know why the hell I said we, I'm the only one in here. I marked it out. Well, I cut these out of the old fenders. I marked them out, cut the metal probably a 1/4 inch tighter than my marks, and then I just kept trimming it down until I got them to fit in there the way I needed them. Once I got that done, I took some sheet metal for almost like a lip to panel bond this, if that makes any sense. And what I did is I just took like 1.5 inch strips, 1.5 inch, 2 inch strips of sheet metal. I took the crimper, and I doubt you can see this, but I actually stepped them down to where it's almost like a staircase. So we're going to mount it on the top tread, and this panel is going to sit on the bottom tread, if that makes any sense. So it kind of goes down like stairs to recess this down to where it's flush with the rest of the panel. So we're going to get all these in today. I got to drill them out and all that fun stuff that I'm not going to record. I've got a lot of it pre-drilled, but I still got a lot of drilling I got to do. We'll get these in, get them bonded in, and then we'll set these down. Once I get these bonded to the actual fender, before I set these, I'm going to have to refit it. Because as I bond these, they're going to kind of do this number. You know what I mean? And they might not be the way I need them, so I'm going to have to hammer and dolly them and work them down to get these panels flush again. So once we get everything the way we need it, then we'll panel bond these to these. And then we'll go over it with the fiberglass and stuff like that. And little victories. But if I can get the first coat of fiberglass on these things today, I'm ecstatic. Now, all we really need today is we need the rivet gun, which I got sitting on the bench behind me. Rivets, of course. Acid brush helps. Your adhesive. Now, this is the 3M08115. And it's expensive. This is 6.75 fluid ounces, 200 milliliters. And these are, I didn't look them up before the video. Sake of argument, about 45-50 bucks, give or take. Okay, per tube. That does not include the gun, which was another $60-75. You know. And if you run out of the tips, you can find them on Amazon in like 6 and 8 packs. If you're lucky. Besides that, it's case quantity, which is like 60 to a case. I didn't need 60, so it took me forever to find them, but I finally found them. And all these tips do is as you squeeze it, it takes part A and part B, and they run through these channels, and it all mixes up by the time it comes out at the end. So we need to put this down, and we prep the metal. The metal's bare where we need to put this. And then we got to take the brush and we got to make sure that this compound is completely covering all bare metal. Otherwise it's going to rust. And you got to do this to the fender and the other piece, whether it be a patch panel or like the pieces that I'm doing here. You got to do both pieces of metal to bond them. You just don't do one side. And also what I'll do is when I get done with everything, get all the body work done, I'll flip the back side, I'll flip this over like it is, and I'll put some self-etching primer on here, and then I'll put some kind of paint in here to kind of seal everything up. Sir Barks a lot is letting himself be known today. That's for sure. Find another hole so we don't tighten that one down where it's not supposed to be. There we go. I'll tell you, I love this thing, man. Alright guys, we got the pieces in, they're riveted, and once the adhesive sets up, then we'll go through, we'll sand it, and we'll feather down all the edges, try to get them as close to the body lines as humanly possible. The adhesive set up several days ago actually. I ground it down, feathered it down. I just took a flat disc and feathered it down to blend it all in, get the heads of the rivets off and such. Now we're going to take some bondage. This fiberglass resin jelly, it's got the little hairs in it. It's a green boogery looking stuff. Best way I can explain it. We're going to take this and we're going to skim all these seams and fill in all these seams going across. Alright guys, we got the green booger bondo on here, fiberglass resin with kitty here, okay? And we're going to let this set up and then we'll sand it down. And once we get that shaped and feathered in, then we'll do a coat of body filler on it. Okay guys, fender 1 is done. Well, almost done. Still got a little bit of work to do to it. But it kind of gives you an idea on what we're shooting for here. Now I still got to clean up these edges and these corners and stuff. I just need to get it in one color in between the fiberglass spot putty, the Bondo, the original primer, the burgundy paint. It looked like Baskin-Robbins threw up on this thing. You could not see what was going on. So I just shot it with one, with some primer real quick just to get it in one color to kind of see what was going on. Because it was just messing with your eyes. But there's imperfections, especially in these corners. I got to clean these corners up a lot. And down these edges, I need to roll these a little better. So, not a lot of work, but still a little bit to go. But she's getting there. Now, before I close out this video, hindsight. Buy the fiberglass fenders. Alright guys. I did it this way because I had these other fenders laying around. They were just going to get wrecked. I've got 2 sets of them, so I really wasn't worried about sacrificing one, especially for what I had in them. And actually, this one here, it was cracked. The actual fender was cracked down in this area, and it was for a 4th gen, not a 3rd gen. So I cut these vents out and did what I had to do to get them into this fender. But in doing so, there's a clearance issue with this up against that, okay? So what we had to do is we had to notch this, okay? And I've got seam sealer on it. That's not a nasty weld, that's seam sealer right there. but you can see how we notched it. And what I did is I cut it here, I cut it down the front, and did the same underneath, pushed this in, and we welded it all back up and put some supports in there and stuff like that. And I wasn't happy about doing it, but it'll be okay. Especially I'm going to take out the struts and I'm putting tubulars on here with coilovers. So that'll take away the any stress really that's on this anyway. So that's where we're at. And we've got this side of the car pretty much done. Well, not done, ready for high build, okay? And as soon as it dries up outside, it's a mud pit out there, man. So as soon as it dries up outside, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to pull it out, turn it around, bring it back in. But when I got it outside, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to spin it around to where the driver's side is down here. And then this one will be backed in too. So instead of being pulled in, both of them will be backed in. And I'll be able to work on the other sides in this area here. And then we'll start working on the nose. Well, after we do the other fender, we'll start working on the nose and stuff like that. But fender is done. Still got to do the other fender. It's not even off the car yet. But if this was the least bit helpful, or if you want to follow along, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate every last one of you guys, and we will see you soon.